Ron, could you take the roll call?
Koski.
Here.
Hutton.
Here.
Silver here. Split.
Here.
Here. And 2 absent.
Yeah. Okay, we do have a quorum. We need a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I'd like to make a amendment to the agenda.
Okay.
Just to the Historic Preservation Conference and do a little.
Conference? Okay.
We can do a small
cool.
report on that.
We can,
Slip that in there somewhere.
yeah. When would you like to do it? Before, well, we'll just, between 6 and 7.
Yeah,
Okay?
probably.
Okay.
We'll call it 6.5.
Yeah, 6 and a
Yeah.
6 and a half. I wrote that down, actually.
6.5.
Oh, darn it, it went 6 and a half. Okay,
I'm gonna have to leave this getting too technical.
so then I'll need a motion to approve the amended agenda
I'll
tonight.
make a motion that we
I'll
accept.
second it.
Okay, motion by Billy, second by Ron to approve tonight's amended agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of past minutes, we did not have an October meeting that
Yeah.
I know
No,
of,
there's
so.
nothing to approve.
Yep, nothing to approve there. Financial report, unfortunately, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I just printed off this agenda at home, so, and I think
Nothing's changed.
nothing's changed, yeah.
Was it online or not?
I don't know, I'm good, I printed this out before
I think,
came, I don't recall actually seeing the numbers in there either.
yeah. Okay, so we'll skip that.
Here.
I think you think you got it?
No, it's not in there.
Okay, I didn't think it
Don't
was.
you have to approve the minutes from September?
Pardon?
Don't you have to approve the minutes from September?
Yeah, because I guess we didn't do.
We didn't do that because of, yeah, and I don't have those minutes here.
But,
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
August.
Sue does.
I got a copy of my packet.
I got
Okay.
a copy of them from September.
Yes, because that is a very good point.
Yeah. see,
We didn't-
We didn't approve the minutes
From
for
September.
September
We didn't have a meeting in October.
in October, so we didn't
yeah.
approve them. Yeah, you want to read those then?
Okay.
Well, I'll take a look at it. Thank you, Sue.
Keeping us honest.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, we should all try our best.
Yeah.
So that would be September.
Pass them down.
Oh.
Matt.
they weren't that
Well, here's the minutes. Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
I wrote them out, so I'm not even gonna read them.
Yeah, okay.
You already got it memorized.
Oh, of course.
We had a couple of meetings that were just like month after month, they were the same. Signage brackets.
There should have been any discrepancy, it'd be very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it going by memory.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Okay, motion by Ron to approve September's minutes,
I'll second.
second by Billy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No public comments.
Financial report.
We were talking about, but I think we just,
We don't have the numbers. in
we
front
don't
of
have the
us.
numbers.
Oh, but that's from September. Oh, the current
The
one.
current,
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll,
It's probably the same.
that
I'm sure it is.
We didn't, nothing went out, we didn't bring it again.
Right.
Are we getting interest?
I'm happy that we get money.
Well, I am too. I should have thrown it out one more.
Yeah, I know. But we do have to spend that money though too, so, but we have ways of doing that.
We do have
Okay, we'll go down to Matt Koski and his
Okay.
presentation on the
Yes.
state.
The Historic and Preservation
Yep.
and Local History Conference. They had it up in Appleton this year, which was fairly convenient. Okay, first session I attended was the historic wood structures. What it ended up being is somebody from Forest Products Laboratory, and they basically showed how they would assess buildings for structural integrity of the wood structures. One of the things they talked about is sound, that you can tell the difference between if you knock on a piece of wood and whether it has a nice kind of ring to it, or if it kind of gives a thud, and that might suggest that there is some rot.
Okay.
Kind of interesting, one of the things they did look at is, like, there was a big tower up in Door County that they basically were assessing. They came to the conclusion, yeah, it's going to fall down. No one should go on it.
Didn't they rebuild it?
Yeah, they rebuilt that. I think they
Yeah.
rebuilt one, and then there's one that's been condemned that they still have to kind of
It's like a lookout tower?
look out tower. And they've actually, like,
Fire or
and they had
whatever.
to accommodate handicapped accessibility. So they figured out a way, since we have to make this ramp, like, let's make that a feature versus just some weird old thing. So, like, you kind of basically are doing a walk and you're able to kind of have great views as you're
Oh.
doing the walk.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one in Peninsula State Park that they rebuilt.
Yeah.
It was condemned and then rebuilt.
Then was for historic masonry cleaning and repair. This was mostly kind of looking from this perspective of architects. And so, like, what they have to consider when they're doing historic buildings and what materials and what techniques they can use and what they can't. I think one of the ones that was fairly interesting is there was a building in Madison that was a historic hotel, and they came to the conclusion that the only thing they could do was re-veneer the entire building.
Wow.
Because basically the brick was so soft and deteriorated, that was the only option, was to basically, and they were able to get the state to say, yes, we'll allow this, and they could still get their tax
Well, that's what
credits.
Mates did. That's what they did. They reveneered that.
Yeah.
The guys coming from Milwaukee came and did that.
One thing that's like in the third session was, I think it's recidization. And basically it's talking about, okay, when we want to actually take a building off of local designation. And I don't believe we actually have anything in ordinance about that.
You mean they opt out?
No, not opt out, that
Yeah.
we one of the examples it gives is, say, like, a structure gets so damaged by fire that you couldn't really do a adequate rebuilding or redoing of it, or like flooding. The other thing is that they say, like, for instance, this is not a case for us, but say you have a historic railroad depot, and then the owner buys it, and they find, like, basically, I need to build a house. I can't make this railroad depot a house, and make an argument for hardship.
Oh.
Mostly we'd want to have something versus is basically so we have something defined, not necessarily that we're wanting to remove things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a process that we can't just say, okay, the common council says, okay, it's out.
Right. Okay.
And I think you can contact the guy what's his name?
Let's hope we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah,
'Cause
but it's good that, it might be a good thing.
Another structure gone then,
Yeah, yeah, but it might be a good thing just to have something.
The Haas barn.
The bond.
Yeah.
Immediately, that's what I thought.
Let's see here. Jason Tisch.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
I've talked to him before.
maybe talk to him, and like he gave some examples in his presentation, but there's like one was for Fond du Lac, one was for a couple other communities. They said, like, some of them were not as strong, and some of them were reasonably strong, and they gave like who was going to be in charge of saying this and the process for it. For instance, one was just basically giving it to the planning commission to basically decide, and others they gave it directly to the common council.
Mhm.
And I think
So there's guidelines for that? The state is laying out guidelines?
he's not laying out guidelines, but he may give some. He could probably give some suggestions on how to
How to handle it or?
how
okay.
to word it. And since we're going to be looking at perhaps presenting something to common council for redoing some of the other aspects of the ordinance, that
Yeah.
might be something to.
Okay.
Let's see there. There was looked at like a lot of the churches, the mid-century churches around Milwaukee, but they also did the other ones around the state. They even included the Wells Church here in town as an example of mid-century architecture.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see there. And then it was evaluating historic materials. This was presented by somebody from Madison, where they're dealing with a lot. They have a whole staff, and they're dealing with looking at a lot more materials, like whether we can accept certain plastics or certain cement boards or such like that.
Okay, yeah, because that stuff in the 50s now is
Yeah.
old enough to be considered.
But also like if you're replacing something,
Yeah.
it is, their argument is, will it give a good facsimile of wood?
Yeah, like
Okay.
composite, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah, like some of these
all the vinyl
composites.
Yes.
Like, and
Gotcha.
one of the issues is a lot of these composites decide to put this texturing on that basically is what would happen to wood if it started to rot? Because it has that weird crinkly texture,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and the preference would be for like smooth textures.
Mhm.
Let's see, what was the last one that I attended? And the last one was like strategies for designating local landmarks. And one thing we might want to do is also like, I know we applied for grants in the past, but it looks, I think if I'm correct, the last time we had it, a lot of the surveys done for a lot of the historic districts is about like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might want to look at getting in touch with him and seeing about getting some grants for arranging
Yeah,
doing some
okay.
resurveying, and particularly since like some of the buildings on Watson Street, when we were going through looking for the signposts, it's like, oh, it's surprising that's not in the historic district. But probably because at the time it was a 1930s, 1940s building, and now it's
Mhm.
considered more historic and contributing to the neighborhood. And that was pretty much what the sessions I attended.
Okay,
Good,
thank you. Yeah.
Was that an all-day program for you?
They had 2 days, so I had 4 sessions the first day and then 2 sessions the
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, Appleton, that's close enough, instead
Yeah, I
of going
think,
to Minnesota.
I think the next year is supposed to be over by Baraboo, and they're going to be having it at the casino.
It would draw more people.
Yeah, might.
Maybe.
Okay,
Thanks for going.
yeah, thank you, Matt. We can go to number 7, Certificate of Appropriateness Applications, 301 and 303 Watson Street, tuck pointing. Sue Leahy called me, so we approved it. I approved it. Boy, that was.
People sure do get testy when you don't get back to
Yeah.
them. It's like, my hands are
And-
tied, I can't do nothing.
So I approved it, but then we still need to approve it officially here. And that fast track again is because the weather was good. That company had time to do it. I think they're still working on it right now.
Yeah, it looks like they have that one
Yeah.
blocked off, and
Yeah, they are. They were up there
Yeah.
today.
we're walking the dog past this afternoon.
Got the mic, he's got the lid on
Yeah, 'cause the
Oh,
weather
yeah.
is changing.
it.
Yeah, it is,
I'll
quickly.
make a motion to approve that.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Motion by Ron, second by Matt, to approve the tuck pointing at 301, 303 Watson Street. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I don't have to email Sue. She's here.
Yeah, I'll do them up quickly.
Sumel.
Update on 107 and a half Watson Street, that's the same 3 windows.
Yep, I got a call into him, and actually I got an email to him, and I called him today again, and I wasn't too nice on the phone, but I left a message to
Okay.
give me a call
They're
back.
still kind of
Still dragging their feet.
dragging.
They're in their 2-year bound frame time, right?
It'll be
Well,
a year come
They have 2
December.
years to comply?
No.
But it's
Well,
two-
no, once you get a permit, they don't have a
Right.
permit yet.
They don't have the permit yet because
Yeah.
it was,
Oh,
the windows
that's
were not
right.
Yeah,
approved.
it went to us the
Right.
day, and then like suddenly it's like,
Yeah,
we,
Because the meeting was Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and Thursday morning, they were putting the windows in,
Yeah,
like,
and I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
even here yet, and I was getting calls, and I actually pulled up the side of the road, and I found their email, and I called them directly when I was on the road.
Yeah, because I was, like,
And
thinking,
said,
like-
hey, those are not the right windows,
I
those are not
almost called
approved.
that morning, right away, I was like, whoa.
yeah,
yeah, like, I remember we did some contingency on that.
And it was Wednesday and it was Thursday, they were,
So because the windows weren't approved, I
Yeah.
did not issue the building permit, because those windows
Right.
were not approved.
wasn't approved.
okay, well,
There's
again.
nothing we can do.
We just
Once
need to
again.
wait, and I don't know how long we should wait. I'm wondering if
A letter?
by next week,
think
if
it
Flood
was-
Works,
Yeah, I think
Should
I'm just
send a
gonna do
letter.
a compliant, code enforcement letter.
or, Yeah,
Say,
you can
hey,
do
those
that.
were not improved, and you're told that, and
Yeah.
you continue to put them in. And that's why the building permit was not issued,
Mhm.
because they were not approved.
I'll keep it on for next month again, like
Yeah.
we have for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I'll CC you on the.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Southwest Historic District signage. We have that all right here. And a letter from Adam that says, there are more brackets than signs. So I would say
Yeah.
brackets like that.
Yeah.
Use what you need. If there are additional signs needed, please let me know, Adam, and he can have them ordered. And then let the city know if we run into any issues.
Is there anything you can
Good luck
keep
with the
a little
project.
bit? Because it looks like it's gonna get
Does it
lost
say how
in
many
the
there is?
bracket.
Was it 17?
I think it was 18.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only see like 8 in there, but maybe
Looks like a number 10 on top here.
10. Yeah, maybe there's 10.
That's-
Gotta be more.
If that indicates 10, I thought it was 17, but maybe.
Yeah, it was 17
Well, yeah.
or possibly 18.
Yeah.
Maybe we
When you,
can't.
when you look at the brackets, it looks like the lettering's kind of getting lost at the top of the bracket there.
Up here?
No, right here. Right along the bottom.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Because of that bracket.
Yeah,
the-
so
the
can you
height.
hold up just a
Yeah,
little bit?
I think we could hold
It
it.
could go up, the bracket.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's
could. Not a
Go up
lot.
a little bit.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
a lot.
not much.
That goes right there, so
Yeah.
it's, you'd be, well, you might gain a quarter, you might get the rid of it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it sits flat down in here when it's down all the way.
Yeah, you know that
You wouldn't
it's,
have-
right.
Of course, when
Who's
you
gonna,
tighten
who's
them up.
gonna
it's-
center all of them?
Well, we'll go out and.
Yeah.
Are we now, here's my
Do our
question
best.
is, in association with, are we putting them on now?
That's what it sounds like to me.
too.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah, we got, that's what I
Using
think.
here to get
And here-
it,
right.
like, we can't.
And we can, we just need to figure out a date.
Yeah. I mean, they're set, they're Allen screws.
Yeah,
There's only 8 in here.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey.
This would be 9, I guess.
Yeah. We had one floating around, but maybe that was it.
Yeah.
He had one that was, and then how many heads do
They
we
can't be
have?
doubled up in any way here, no.
No, because that would be,
There's only 8.
How many heads did?
well, we'll start with,
We don't know. Again, did he say?
Wait, we counted
Yeah, I think we.
17.
Yeah,
I know
I
17
think,
was the number.
I think somebody told us at one meeting, like Adam said, we had like 20-some brackets, or signs.
Yeah, where are the other ones? Maybe we still have these somewhere.
Quantity 24.
They're probably still, around. Maybe
Is this,
Adam's got
is
them.
this a different box?
You might want to contact him and see
Yeah.
if there's any more.
Rain storage. something.
If this is the box that they came in, there's 24.
Well, that's the brackets.
Right.
So we have 24 brackets and 8 signs.
So we have to be sure we hide these somewhere, that someone didn't take them in the basement here, we never find them.
Yeah.
We know we're gonna need more, right? I would
Mhm.
double that, probably. But now, what do? We have to decide, okay, we only have 8, where are they gonna go? The outer ones? Or just
Probably.
Just mask at the map,
I guess closest to the
local, the town.
the downtown area
Mhm.
and get those in right away before we go way out to
Yeah.
Watson and all that.
Yeah.
And-
Because no one's gonna say, how come we didn't get one, I bet.
Yeah.
No, and I know we got more than 8. I just,
yeah, I think this is.
Well, the ones that have already been put downtown, so there are
Yeah.
ones that are already there.
well, we'll see what we got. We got
Ask
money to buy
Adam
more.
and see what.
Yeah.
Well, we know, we
I'll ask Adam and then,
we got 8.
Yeah.
And didn't he say in the beginning before that some of the brackets were different on poles, some of the poles?
Nope, they all end up being.
The ones we checked out were all like
All
this.
round and
Yep.
ended
Yeah.
up like that. Okay, then we need WD-40.
so it just has a,
Yeah, we'll need some WD-40.
And then just the number
Okay.
6 or 7 out, so. Yeah, all right, cool.
so the ones you checked have this on there with no other sign on.
No. No, the ones, we had the street signs, remember?
Yeah.
We needed the ones that go on top of the street sign.
That's what I'm, we should open that box
Oh,
up
see what's
and
in
see
there.
what's in there.
It's already open.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that should
This
work.
is what we need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, not these.
So they
That
almost look
goes
too
over
nice.
the sign that says whatever street it is.
Almost like, we almost need to throw those in the river for like a year or
Oh
two.
yeah, you're gonna have to like put some spray paint on them or something. Make them look old.
Antique 'em. Okay, so we've got the correct brackets.
Yeah, that's the ones we need, not these.
Yeah.
Much better.
So then we have to take off these?
No.
No.
No, because the street sign,
sit like
the
that.
street sign's
Yeah.
flat,
Yes, yeah.
and it sits on top of the street sign, yeah.
Yep.
It'll be,
Let's see if I still have that.
So they're gonna be opposite.
yeah, that's another thing. They're gonna be opposite.
They're gonna be sitting, however the sign is
Yeah.
gonna be opposite.
Yeah,
They have to be.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
yeah. That means that's what we're,
yeah, well, that's all right on the cross streets.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can't do nothing about it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Powder coated,
Mm-hmm.
that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
That lasts.
So do we want to do the 8th or should we find out from Adam first?
Well,
I just-
8, let's do the 8 because,
Okay, I mean, we can just go ahead and do it.
because then we got them done.
Okay,
We got right on
we
it.
just gotta pick a date to do it.
Yeah.
Sooner the better, with November getting colder.
Yeah, and
Trying
then,
to go after the
It's
6th.
supposed to be Christmas weekend.
I gotta do my yards this weekend.
I did mine a
Leaves.
couple weeks ago. Took 2 weekends to do it.
I've been waiting for this maple to just finally.
Yeah, drop.
I'm good for doing it any Monday or Wednesday. Somebody got time to do it in the morning, won't take long to do 8 signs.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just need this 8-foot step ladder probably, or 5-foot.
All
Yeah.
for the pickup truck.
I got my truck.
Yeah, that, your, or my one, I don't know, I got the top on that now.
I got that,
You got the Dodge.
I got that orange ladder that also extends into
I
it.
got giant
We can use
ladders. I got way too many ladders, so, yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Do you two want to talk or do you want to set a date
Yeah,
now?
we
and
can
do
do
it?
it. Yeah.
Let us both know though, or all of us
Yeah.
know. Because then if we can help, we'll
Let
help.
me see here.
I'm looking at the weather forecast, at least for the next 10 days.
We got a lot of
Yeah,
rain
what do you
in and
got?
out.
Yeah, it's looking like Wednesday and Tuesday is like there's a warmer day, but Wednesday has 40% chance of rain.
I gotta give blood Wednesday, so that's gonna probably be out. I could do it Monday, next week on the 11th.
Yeah, it's a 54-degree day, and
Yeah.
looking like it's cloudy, but it's not.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to do it in the evening, would we, because it gets
Yeah,
too
that's-
dark too
Yeah,
quick.
it's too dark.
Yeah, you
I
have
think
to do it
the
like
I think the
after lunch.
lights out in that neighborhood are kind of spotty.
Yeah. You wanna do it Monday or the following Monday or Wednesday? The 18th or the 20th?
We think it'd take us a couple hours.
Yeah.
I'm restricted on my time from where I'm working with the house I'm on.
Oh,
So Sunday wouldn't work for you. You don't do Sunday.
yeah, I can do Sunday.
Sunday works for me.
Wanna do it,
But what's the weather?
weatherman, Matt?
Let's see, Sunday,
Weather
50% chance of rain.
How much?
50. 50.
Afternoon or morning?
Morning.
There you go.
Well, now I have to go to Weather Channel, and then they'll have the pop-up that comes
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah, well, at least the voting's over, so it shouldn't take you that long.
Let's see here. That's also if they actually decide to give me any real.
Well, basically, Ron, just you and I get together, and then we can text him and tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll
let's just
figure
go
it out.
by,
Yeah.
kind of watch the
Sunday.
weather and.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I mean, I could steal an hour.
Cloudy with
I don't
with
I don't
showers.
want to hurry it in an hour.
Just says with showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says 50% chance. So
We'll do it sometime in the coming week.
Yeah,
Let's just do
Okay,
that.
well, just let us know, because if we can.
Because there may be a day where Tyler may have to pull off
We'll have to
whatever if he
grab-
does, and I just take off
We'll
too.
have to grab the signs and the brackets.
Might as well do it tonight.
Yeah, I can just take them along and, okay.
Thank you, Billy and Ron.
Ah, take this one. Wait a minute, I don't know.
no, there you go. Use this map at least.
Oh, yeah, then
We'll
you can
figure out
decide,
something
yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
But that, you got your file.
Oh, yeah. I definitely need that.
Well, have you walked it with Matt before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so we
yeah,
start.
I'm pretty familiar with it now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not like we can't figure it out. Yeah. Good, that's a good
It would be
thing.
nice if we knew, and I'll call Roger from the Commonwealth. Maybe he can take a picture of you guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So make sure you tell me the date, and then I'll try to get a hold of
Yeah.
Roger.
You sure you want?
Yeah, you guys need your picture, and,
We need to be celebrities.
This is
Come
my
on,
new
Bill.
one. Pick a finger.
well, it's just good PR for
I don't get in trouble.
everything.
That's
For
good for
our
this
commission and for the
committee,
city.
Well, it would be, no. Like we're actually doing something
Yeah.
that they never see us do,
Right.
you know? And we do think, but they don't see it.
I'll give him a heads up too tomorrow. and
Okay.
It'll be in the coming week or so.
That's fine.
Well, that'll make everybody happy because we waited, you know, it takes so forever to get stuff.
Yep, for sure. Okay, the one
Yeah,
we've
if
been
you-
waiting for. Oh,
And
I'm
if you can
sorry.
find out more about if there's more signs.
If there's more yes.
Then just let us
Yep, I
know
got that.
and get them to me.
Okay. Good. Last one, discussion to change guidelines to ordinance. Sue Leahy.
I see it didn't make it to the agenda, so your packet, so I will print it onto one.
Okay.
And then I couldn't remember where I saved it, so I had to dig out my email that I sent it to.
But don't you do that all the time?
Oh,
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
so this is what I just kind of come up with, making it just a whole new section underneath the central business district to include the guidelines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of went through the manual and I pulled everything out of what we're going to be looking at. So under items underneath the downtown manual guideline to be followed, the storefront design includes the storefront detailing, improvements, and materials. The facade openings, the transom windows, display windows, entries, kick plates, the second story windows.
Good.
Maintenance and repair, the wood, architectural metals, and paint color. Masonry, the water cleaning, high pressure water cleaning, chemical cleaning, sandblasting is prohibited. Tuck pointing and toothing. Windows, awnings, sign and graphics and lighting. Which already the signs are actually underneath the sign ordinance already stating it has to go. But it's nice to have it in another spot too.
The only one is under maintenance and repair is paint color. We've had that discussion many times and we don't know
If we have-
want to get
Okay?
involved in that or
one out?
not. I think we should probably take it out for now.
Okay.
Everybody,
I agree because that's not our job to pick the color.
I just wondering,
Right.
but I was
We'd
wondering,
like
one
to.
thing is that we have so many brick buildings and the inappropriate paint used may become an issue.
Like if somebody wants to make
The
it a
appropriate
bright
paint.
pink
Yeah,
or
bright pink, but also
purple.
like if it's going to hold too much moisture in that paint,
What?
in that brick, and
well, we don't want, I don't think we allow painting of the brick.
No, we don't allow paint in the
It
brick.
was, some of them were done years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah.
So they can be
Oh,
repainted again, apparently.
Unless somebody puts a sign on the building.
Um, So, yeah, I think we should not touch the paint color one.
Okay. So we'll take that
Can
one.
we just put it under the type of paint, or wouldn't that matter? 'Cause that would take care of any brick painting.
Any type of paint.
I'm wondering if we can-
When we come down with paint color, is somebody gonna try to squeeze in signage, painting, or abstract paint, or?
Oh, if somebody wanted to paint a
What about murals?
mural.
Yeah, that's
See,
where
that's a
that goes.
different,
That's painting,
right, it is.
but it's not.
Is that still being discussed by the council about the art
The art
thing?
council or
Right.
art board, yes, it is.
That's gonna fall under that.
That's
It will.
That'll actually go to
That's-
the
yeah.
council for
why I
approval.
wanted to go there, yeah. It's-
I don't know if that'll come back to us or not.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, I could see a mural on a side of a building.
Right,
or
like we got
where-
the long
yeah,
house
like-
on the one.
But I don't think anybody could make a case that they want to put a mural on.
On the front.
You know, like above your windows or something like that. I don't
No.
think that would fly anyway.
Yeah, that
So we're-
sounds like it would be something more under the signage.
Yeah.
Because your
Right.
signage can't go above the,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna
The
take
second one, story
paint color
windows.
out?
yep.
So paint color would come out. Okay.
So the use of plastic to replace wood, would that fall under wood and?
For maintenance and repair,
Yeah,
we could add that.
because there's, some
Plastic-
pretty good
plastic
plastics
materials.
that look,
And yeah, and composite material.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
wood or composite.
Now, kind of like your LP siding now. it's
Yeah,
got that
we'd still
nice
have to
wood grain
approve it.
texture.
They'd have to
Yeah.
come with samples and,
And
you could just put under wood, just wood and
so-
Wood
composite.
and plastics.
and
or composite.
Composite
Yeah,
materials.
Composite, yeah.
composite.
Because that
That's
makes
what the
sense,
light
you know,
would.
if you're restoring something like I did Faye's house, she didn't want any maintenance, so we used composite corners and everything on that and
Yeah,
cost
that
a
makes
fortune.
Or if you have a driveway and everyone keeps on hitting the corner.
Sounds like,
That
sounds like
plastic-
your problem, huh?
Yeah, plastic like that holds up much better than the wood.
You're living that dream.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Yeah, I like this because then,
It's black and white.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says, I want to replace my second story windows, this would become an ordinance.
Yep.
And then they will go to the Ripon Design
Right.
downtown,
Yep.
or the
We're
downtown.
we're giving
Ripon.
them a guideline of what they have to follow.
Yes,
And then they go to the design manual to see what they have to follow.
Yeah.
yep. Mhm.
And that should avoid what we went through,
Yep.
hopefully.
Yeah,
Because up in the first one, I've got, property designated as a historic structure or building shall be reviewed and approved by the Historic Preservation Commission based on the established downtown Ripon design manual guidelines. So now it would be in the ordinance and they have to follow it.
What- Shouldn't I'm gonna say, it still says guideline.
But it's part of our ordinance now.
Okay, I'm just wondering how you word that, to say this is
We'd have
not
to-
just
you'd
an
have to re-
advisory
You'd have to label your guidelines.
guideline, yeah, but this is design manual
guide.
guidelines.
Guidelines, yeah. And
Okay,
this will be in the ordinance now,
okay, yeah.
once it gets approved.
And that will stay in the downtown design
Shall
manual.
be,
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that shall be reviewed and.
And I like the
approved.
fact they can appeal,
Right,
so it's not concrete 100%.
right.
But nevertheless, yeah, they have to go through the,
Okay, well,
The process.
This looks pretty good.
yeah.
And that would be something, I agree with that and then I disagree with that, the appeal. But that would be something that Lud should look at, because if it's an ordinance,
What's their?
I don't know what you can appeal.
Well, if you guys say no, then they have a chance to take it before the council.
See, yeah, we're
And-
trying to avoid what happened with
That's
Grant.
basically what happened
That's exactly.
last time, so how do we avoid it a second
Yeah,
or
how
a
do we
third
avoid
time?
that? Yeah.
That's where, that
Appeal.
maybe we'll have to see what the appeal, property owners may appeal, I'm just gonna circle that and put a question mark. Should we put that in there?
Well, who would they appeal to? Not us
Common
again?
council.
The common council.
Yeah.
Which we have nothing, no clout there.
No.
You
We can say what we can give our
But somebody,
speech, but.
if that does get appealed to the council, somebody from here should be there to
Mhm.
address the council, to say, this is why we made our decision.
Mhm.
And although they would, if they were denied, they would have the reason why, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We-
Yes,
So they already know why it wasn't approved.
Right.
because it didn't follow
Yeah.
the guidelines,
Right.
and that's,
And you're on the council, and you
Yeah.
expressed
Now, the
why
minute-
it wasn't.
and that's what I got from
But
the council members.
How can
were-
you change this? Because you'd have to say they can't be appealed. If you,
Right.
if,
Non-appeal.
because if the council overrides it one more time, this is all,
It's a waste of time.
it's a waste of time.
Right.
So how do you get around that?
Can't.
Can we put it has to be it on a hardship?
Based
Did
on-
bring
I
it up
brought
to
the
a hardship
hardship
standard?
Out loud. I
And
brought
then if
that
you go
up.
for variance,
Hardship.
Hardship, and that went nowhere.
Yeah.
In our meeting here with Tim
Hmm.
at that time. I said, what about a hardship?
I don't know.
This is,
Because,
this is gonna have to be a lead question.
yeah, what council
'Cause
people
this
were
is-
telling
It's a
me
legal issue.
was because they were guidelines, when I gave the case for Ted Grant's building,
Yeah.
as a historic preservation chairman, I gave the whole idea and everything. But what they said was because it was not an ordinance, it was just a guideline, that's why they reversed it.
so
So if it's-
guidelines can be obviously appealed and the council can override it. Since it's just a
Yeah,
guideline.
just a guideline.
But if it's an ordinance.
Ordinance.
Ordinance, now
That's
it
where
should
it-
go to boarding zone, and once it's in the ordinance, it should then be able to go to the Board of Zoning Appeals
Right.
for a variance, if they want to go against what you guys.
Because council doesn't want to mess around with this.
Right.
Maybe it
They
should
don't-
go to the,
And that's the next step.
That would be the next step,
Yeah.
because now it's this is an ordinance,
Yeah.
and you have to have a hardship to get a
Right.
variance
To
granted.
get, yeah. So we should take that to
I
Lutz.
can't see.
Yep,
I don't know if you want to or,
yep, I can have
Okay.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll be in Tuesday morning.
okay.
all right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Then, that's just a Lud question, but otherwise, yeah, I know the council, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but they wanted a stricter, like an ordinance.
Mhm.
Then there'd be something that they could say yes or no to.
And take them completely out.
So we'll see how Lud wants to word that. And maybe it would go not to common council, but like Sue's saying, to
Zoning of
the,
Appeals.
yeah.
Decision
I
of
would think you
historic
would have to.
preservation to the Board of Zoning of Appeals.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I would say before it goes to the council.
And then, if the Board of Zoning Appeals says no, then it goes to the council.
That's,
Right.
yeah, because the council probably has
Yep.
final say on
Yep.
everything.
So let's-
Which is a waste of time
let's
to
take
do
that
the
out.
other.
Well,
Well, if you have two boards saying no, and then suddenly like.
then it goes to the council.
Yeah, that would
Have a
be,
little more
yeah.
clout,
then we know there's
Yeah.
something going on.
Yeah.
whether it works or not. That's
Yeah.
another question.
Okay,
Just freaking too much.
well, I'll definitely have this on next month's agenda,
Yeah,
and we'll
move
have
this
that.
and then
Yeah,
we'll get an update on
Yep,
this.
and
Yep.
then once you guys give approval on this, then we'll get it in the right format.
Yeah,
With the Plan
right.
Commission.
correct, okay. Yeah, it looks good, thank you, Sue, for all that, because
Yeah.
that one night that we were just throwing out ideas, Sue kept good notes.
Well, yeah.
Can hardly read them, but
Next meeting.
And the nice thing is, once we start this, if it does become an ordinance, all of a sudden if something pops into our mind that, oh, we should add X, it's easy to add that X right away then.
Well, you start all over. So it's already black and white.
And you said, Sue, that F, G, and H, the awning, sign, and lighting is already in the downtown.
yes, the
That's-
awnings and signs is already in there, and I do believe the lighting is too underneath the signs.
Okay,
But if they're just putting lighting on the building, not for the sign, then
Mhm.
it would have to follow the.
yeah.
It would be kind of close if the buildings did come back with the old awnings in the downtown area.
Mhm. Anything else, you guys? Any other questions? or-
We went over that storefront, but that doesn't matter before, like the materials with the metals for the windows and things like that. We kind of have to let that just go.
Well, it'll probably be an individual
Yeah.
deal. I mean, if they come in with something that's shimmering gold or something that we, you know, we can, it doesn't probably fit our guidelines.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, like the black and the bronze.
Yeah, some of that
Mhm.
we've already,
Yeah.
when I first started, it was nothing but, on the second floor, it was nothing but wood windows. We couldn't go with a vinyl window. Then as vinyl became better and better, or aluminum, we allowed aluminum windows or vinyl windows, so it's not like.
What happens, just as a question, you have this ordinance in place, somebody puts something in that we deny, the council denies it, and they go ahead and do it anyway. What happens in that case?
There's a fine, every
Yeah,
day
There is a
fine.
then we can start issuing citations, but right now,
Okay.
because this is a
Because it's a-
guideline.
Because it's an ordinance, then
It's
you
an
can have the
ordinance,
citation.
yeah.
Guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious about that, 'cause, you know, somebody's gonna do it at some point.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, we just, it's happening right now to us, so.
Yeah,
basically it is with those
Yeah,
windows.
exactly.
Right, but, yeah, remember, it's not an ordinance yet.
An ordinance.
it's
Correct.
just advisory.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a verbal comment, more or less.
Yeah, well, most people were following it. It's
Yeah,
fine,
oh,
but,
yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah, downtown looks a lot better than it did 30 years
Oh,
ago.
yes.
Oh, 10
There's
years
no
ago.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, for sure. All right, well, we'll just keep that on next month's agenda, and if you have any ideas, we can call Sue. She
Or
can
if there's anything else you want to add.
add, or, yeah. Okay.
One comment before we do close.
Yeah,
Did
sure.
were we doing any cleanup at the barn?
I looked at it, there isn't much to clean up.
I did too, and
There is some brush that
By the
came
door.
up on the south side again, but that's about it.
That's what I thought. Okay, well then
Somebody
that,
could take a loppers down there and cut it off and,
we can just do that, right?
Yeah, we can do
Oh, we don't need permission, no.
no, I
And then we
even thought
can
about just
call.
going down there some weekend and
Just tell that.
throwing it on a
that
Saturday in my
city, pick it
truck
up.
and he'll take it down.
Yeah,
to the
then
city.
I can call Alan and he can come and pick it
Yeah,
up, or
okay.
somebody would
Any
stop.
more about the building from anybody? Interest? Nothing?
Not a peep, not to me at least.
Boy,
I know it, it just killed me.
it's gonna rot away and it's gonna fall in the creek.
This is how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a point of no return, it has to be now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things, it's the location over the creek is fine, but the surrounding, what's
Mhm.
around it, the small piece of property it's sitting on, it's just got a lot against it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad thing.
But it is there,
Yep,
and how many are like that in the whole state? Straddling.
Not many.
not many at all.
They
It's
took the
Ritzies.
ones- They took the ones down in Beaver Dam, them downtown buildings that were over the river.
Oh, yeah.
Took them down.
Mhm.
I was surprised I went through that, I went in, and they're gone, and I'm like, wow, it's just a big open spot now. But they turned it kind of like a little park, but yeah, there's like 2 or 3 buildings that went over the river there, right down by the movie theater.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot of money, but say
There's a lot of.
$100,000 donation would go a long ways to shore it up, new foundation,
Yeah,
you know.
where do you get that money?
Yeah, right, that's
Well,
the
we
thing.
have to
Yeah.
canvas, there's people, where do you think Ripon College gets all their money from?
Yeah, well, could you get a
Or
grant?
like even, I was at the Boys and Girls Club gala like a few weeks ago. It's like,
Yeah.
and the tens of thousands of dollars just being willy nilly like donated.
When you see it in the
for that.
paper, you just know, 2 years ago, the amount of money, and then all of a sudden.
Is there grant money available for some project like that that would,
I'm
you
sure
could get
there
that much
is.
money?
Yeah, I'm sure there's,
I mean,
The political thing, you'd have to find that guy.
would
Yeah.
and then it would remain a city property.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Control it,
Mhm,
Yeah, you don't
protect
need
it,
to
preserve it.
Preserve it, and keep it preserved.
mhm.
I just saw what
As
they
for
did.
getting
at
a
the-
business in there, I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
No, I don't think, I
Because
think
of
it'd
the
be good for
plumbing
like
and
a
all the
concert or,
But is the other part,
Something.
I mean, I know this is off the line, but is the other part of the problem then is it contaminated dirt in that property?
Yeah. Yes.
That's what I've
That I
been
have
told.
no idea.
From the
Yeah.
gas station across the street.
They
Well,
were-
and from the the fertilizer.
yeah, that was renting,
building
yeah.
over there in Jefferson.
I think that study's going on right now.
It's continuing study.
The steel building?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
steel
Yeah, I've
building.
been trying to buy that, but it just, contaminated.
You may poison yourself if you buy it.
I'll sign
So I
away.
did poisoning myself because like they moved out my the building I own.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you just turn the lights off and see if you glow.
He seems
Yeah.
to be okay.
If you glow, we'll know.
Okay, well, I can put that on.
I just.
We're a little off course here, but if you want to have a discussion of it next month, we can.
I know, we're gonna hash over old stuff.
I know, but it's fun.
Okay, put it on.
It's good stuff. It's not bad stuff.
Well, and one other thing to put on is Paul Porter. I also met at the conference, and he's in charge of like all the tax credits from the state, and that's the thing that basically decides what our thing. And accordingly, the Historical Society did a presentation maybe 10 years ago, but it's been a while since there's been another one. And he's like interested in talking to us and maybe doing a presentation. I'm wondering if also the Preservation Commission might want to be keyed in with that too.
Sure, with the Historical Society?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're in preliminary things. We haven't really even talked to the Historical Society about when we'd want to do this and how we'd want to set it up.
Yeah.
But we're going to be meeting with this Paul Porter on the 15th.
Okay. I think that would be perfect, because
Yeah.
people don't understand that
That there's carrots.
yes, they can get a new furnace, or they have to get
They have to-
pre-approved,
Pre-approved.
but then they get the tax credit on it.
Yeah.
So that
And
would
also,
be,
and that makes it so they have to do a lot of these things versus,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people don't understand. They think they just walk up and they just give you the money. They don't understand that it deducts off your tax.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
It's such a simple way, but people make it harder. They're like, no, you're not gonna get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get the money. It's not about the money. But if you take that discount off your taxes, it equates to the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially when all
exactly.
schools are going up for referendums.
Just tell people that. It's just some people.
Ours passed.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
For Marquezine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Next meeting date is December 4th.
4th. Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Wow. The word
6:30. Anybody have anything they'd like to add to the agenda next month besides discussion of the stable?
And I'll probably have more information about the tax credit.
Tax credits.
We'd leave the signage thing in for next month.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just see where we're at. In case we don't have enough signs.
And maybe I can email that, the guy from the state also about like the recidivism ordinance, and maybe
right.
see if I can get the information that he had. Because he put something in his presentation, but it's like,
Scramble.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't have, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't always get everything.
yeah.
Seeing that we're adding composite materials on here, do we want to update the guidelines then to include it in there? The booklet?
We certainly can.
See, we're going to put it in the ordinance, that way they got a guideline on what they can use.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's not in there?
I think it's worded, and I haven't read it for a long time, but wood or
Would
is similar, it's something like similar product.
Yeah.
There's.
That's in there?
Yeah, there's some
Well,
words
that's pretty
in there.
much the same as composite.
Okay.
So we may want to get that short up a little bit, because sometimes the other issue with the composite is sometimes they're thinner or thicker, and so you're not getting the same reveals.
Right. And I do like your ideas, though,
Yeah.
some of that fake wood grain looks
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
And it should, maybe, because originally it would have been just a smooth piece of
Yeah.
pine, and they painted it.
The cheap plastic stuff.
Yeah. But again, those are things that we can fine tune.
I don't think there's too many knockoffs on any of that, because it's so expensive to make anyway.
Yeah.
The companies aren't gonna, you're not gonna be able to get the Kmart brand.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
Yep. Okay, then we just need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion by Billy, second by Matt to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.